Only you can be the judge. I leave that to you. What's that? Oh, well, all right, if you say so. That's a really good question. We had many conversations with the current property owners of Total Annihilation, and that unfortunately didn't go anywhere, but you never know. It might even happen in the future sometime. Who knows? That's true. We originally signed the game with Electronic Arts. They had what I'd call a shift in strategy away from the PC business to more of a console-centric business. And we were fine. We were very friendly about the whole thing. There was no ill will. In fact, I'm good friends to this day with the president of Electronic Arts, Paul Lee, and we were quite happy to go to a publisher that was frankly really doubling down their investment in the PC space. That was THQ, so it worked out. Everybody's happy. Yeah. This game is fully moddable and data-driven in almost every conceivable way. The UI, the AI, the unit behaviors, the people will be able to create their own campaigns, their own multiplayer maps, you name it, special effects. All of these systems are all moddable, and we have something built right into the game. It's called the Mod Manager that allows people to turn on and off the various mods that they've created. So let's say you download a mod from me because I've given it to you and I want to play you. It's a little wacky, but you and I enjoyed it. I'm gone. You want to play with your other friend, you turn it off. No problem. You go back to me. Oh, turn it back on. So you can have that kind of control very easily, very quickly. You can control it from the main menu. You can control it from inside the skirmish or inside the multiplayer staging areas. So it's accessible, very easy to do. I would love to see PC games not only have turning mods on and off. I'd like to see patches. So you ever have a PC game and you install a patch, it breaks the game? Wouldn't it be cool to just flip the patch off and go back to version 1.0 or last stable version until the developer releases a stable patch, and then you go, oh, okay, turn it on. We have a long way to go in the PC business, but we're getting there, and we're definitely on the road. How fun is it? Well, I think it's tons of fun. It makes the end game scenarios over the top, crazy. You know, the idea that when you're playing someone that you might get hit with a nuke, so like you build the anti-nukes, which are, by the way, a lot less expensive, so it doesn't take that much resources to take care of that possibility.
So I want to make sure that everybody's ready. So Nicholas from France is Austin. Is the name of the so make sure you're on it.
Let me think about the other question. The experimental units are really quite. They're really original. They're really over the top. They're very dramatic. They're big characters. You know, the giant monkey lord, spider. The giant Maver artillery is probably the least most colorful, but certainly the most ridiculous. Firing a strategic nuke, a projectile nuke across the map. Just really fun to have those kind of game-ending units, because you don't want a game with infinite resources to go on forever. You do need to get to a certain point where people can end the game. But on those big maps, the game probably won't even end with dozens of those. Even with nukes going off everywhere in your base, you probably can still come back and win the game. You know, so it's the big maps take the whole experience to a different place that the player really has to have a love for. An average traditional RTS player is going to want to play on the smaller maps, I would bet. Smaller meaning still huge, but the smaller end of the huge spectrum, if you know what I'm saying. They bring through the sub-commanders, and you can build the base. You can use them for the base commanders. We were using them for teleportation, and I believe we ended up cutting the teleportation feature out because there was some challenges with some game spoilers, but it doesn't mean they're gone forever. It just means we need more game development time to refine the system before we add it to the game. There's no point in creating this big elaborate game and then ruining it with a couple of units, you know. So we want to get them right before they go in. Yeah, forgot all about it.
Yeah, so I guess you have a lot to tell about it.
I sure do. AI, we're super proud of the AI work. Originally, we had this grand plan of creating archetypes and then blending phenotypes. And though we didn't get all the way to what we call a phenotype system, we were able to actually create the first part, which is huge, which is archetypical AI personalities that that play with a certain style. So you can pick an AI that is, viral, or an AI that is what we call a tech AI, one that just wants to go straight up the tech tree. And you get to pick those. You can try some of those here today in the skirmish on the skirmish map, or you can play. A couple of you guys can get together and play some of those AIs in the multiplayer game. So we're really excited about that. And then, of course, players who are into modding will be able to go and take those scripts and add on to them and make their own AIs, modify them in some interesting way. In the future, we're going to continue to do work with allowing players to create an AI opponent of their choosing. So going into a screen that looks like a mixing board and mixing your own AI from the existing AI sets and giving them names. I mean, the turtler, the viral AI, etc., etc. So we've got a long ways to go. We don't have a long ways to go. We have some more advances, but they are well within our ability, and it's just a function of time and getting that kind of control out to the player. The harder ones will do some of that, and if you want, I would encourage you to try it out now. The AI is always going to get better and better and better before the game ships, and of course, no matter how good the AI is, it will never be as good as a human opponent. The one thing the AI does better than any human opponent is it can build on every front simultaneously, attack you, and never forget what it was doing. So that's pretty powerful. But the human opponent is the most devastating opponent, especially where a game like this requires you to change your strategy in moment to moment to moment. And AIs don't do that as well. They might be taught to eventually, but right now they tend to be single-minded in their focus. So I think everyone will be pleased. This is an AI I'm confident. Normally game designers are talking up their AI and you guys are listening and then it falls down. I'm actually proud of this AI, and if it falls down, I'm sorry, I was proud of it. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm pretty confident you guys are going to be happy. You're going to get your asses kicked by this AI, in other words. That's what I'm saying. It's all getting your ass kicked.